Back to another album review. Today's review is on Ukulele Songs by Eddie Vedder. This is the second solo album by Eddie Vedder. It is sort of a follow-up to the soundtrack to Into the Wild, which I reviewed last time. Just like last time, Eddie did most of the instrumentals by himself. Another similarity that both this album and its predecessor have is that they're mostly in the folk rock genre. As the title explains, Eddie plays the ukulele on every song, meaning that the title is definitely not a misnomer. Eddie actually used different ukuleles, the majority of which had the traditional 4 strings, one had 5 strings, and another had 6. On a side note, I've actually sold a few ukuleles to customers at my store, but that's a different story. The album was recorded by Adam Casper at Studio X in Seattle and Avex Studio in Oahu, Hawaii, between 2010 and 2011. Adam also helped Eddie with producing and mixing the album. It was engineered by Sam Hofstead and John Burton. It was mastered by Bob Ludwig. The ukulele technician was George Webb III. The album was released on May 31st, 2011 on Monkey Wrench Records, which is Pearl Jam's record label. Quite appropriate since Pearl Jam is what Eddie is most known for. I ordered this album directly from Pearl Jam's website. Now to talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Can't Keep. This is actually a cover of a Pearl Jam song, and the original version is on Pearl Jam's album Riot Act from 2002. That album is good as fuck, by the way, and this is an interesting rendition of the song. It even got its own music video now, and I'm including a link in the description. The next track is Sleeping by Myself. This was later re-recorded for Pearl Jam's album Lightning Bolt in 2013. The song also ended up getting its own music video. There's going to be a link in the description. After that is Without You. Up next is More Than You Know. The song was written by Billy Rose and Edward Eliscu. Next up is Goodbye. Now we followed up with Broken Heart. I personally think this is one of the more memorable songs on this album, and my dad regularly plays it on his radio show. That's followed up by Satellite. Interestingly enough, Rise Against had a song called Satellite on their album Endgame, which also came out in 2011. What comes after that is Longing to Belong. This track features Chris Warswick on the cello. A music video was made, and I'm including a link in the description. What comes next is Hey Faka. All I have to say is that this track is fully instrumental and only lasts 9 seconds. The track after that is You're True. A music video was made for this track, and I'm including a link in the description. The track that follows that is Light Today. The following track is Sleepless Nights. This track was written by Felice and Wardlow Bryant. It even features additional vocals by Glenn Hansard. The track that comes next is Once in a While. The lyrics written by Bud Green. Up next is Waving Palms. This track is fully instrumental and only lasts 37 seconds. Next up is Tonight You Belong. Next up is Tonight You Belong to Me. Billy Rose wrote the lyrics. This track even features Chan Marshall providing additional vocals. The finale of this album is Dream a Little Dream. The lyrics were written by Gus Kahn. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the US Top Rock Albums. It was certified gold in Canada by selling over 40,000 copies up there. I checked out what the critics said, and they mostly gave it positive reviews since it has a 68 on Metacritic. Surprisingly enough, Pitchfork, the worst music publication of all time, gave a positive review. In fact, they gave it a 6.4 out of 10. So I'm counting that as a positive review. Now for my thoughts. Personally, I think it's interesting that Eddie Vedder decided to make a solo album where he plays the ukulele on each song. Even though I've always been indifferent towards ukuleles, I think Eddie absolutely knocked it out of the park with this album. It is on par with his previous solo album, but I think I like that one a little more. Regardless, I recommend checking out this album. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to ukulele songs? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How do you feel about Eddie Vedder playing a ukulele on each of the songs? How do you think this album compares to his predecessor? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.